What's up, gamers? It's Call Gauge, and this is a video guide on how to speedrun Villa and Rainbow Six Vegas 2. I recently just got a new record of 25 seconds, so I wanted to make a quick video guide. Since there aren't too many resources on speedrunning this game in general out there, and this is my favorite map. It's the map I played the most as a kid, and yeah, I'm hoping, hopefully we'll see more runners in the future. Maybe this could help somebody get started running Terrace on Villa or in general. I will try to keep things brief. I'm gonna just go over the prerequisites, like my armor and all that equipment, and then break down the run kind of piece by piece, and hopefully set someone up to be able to run this map. Super quick before we start, I just want to say I'm not the best player. I don't know everything. This game does not seem super developed to me as far as speedrunning goes. This is the first game I've ever speedran. I've never really speedran a game before, and there aren't really any major glitches used. It seems like nobody fully understands the spawning behavior for enemies or their AI behavior in general, which, would change terrorist runs completely, right? Even if we don't find any major glitches, which I do personally think that I'm sure there are some out there to be found that could completely change how we run this game, but just understanding the AI behavior better would entirely change every run on every level for terrorist hunt in this game. But yeah, right now it's kind of everything I know. Everything that's in this video is just kind of stuff that I've observed watching other people's runs or playing the game myself. So yeah, okay, let's get into the actual stuff. For this run, I did not wear any armor, just get the most mobility. Here's my equipment. The main thing is, up until this point, I've been using a laser sight, and all the runs I've seen using P90 and stuff have been using the laser sight. I switched off of it. The reflex scope I didn't even use. I could have used no attachment, but I switched off of the laser sight. I don't know if this is placebo or if I'm crazy, but it feels like my hip fire is more accurate and my moving while shooting is more accurate without the laser sight. So I was just not using it for most of my runs. And then obviously C4 and frag grenade. And the other big thing that I changed up for this run is I'm using the P90 in single fire to try to avoid using too much ammo. And it made it, there were only a couple runs where I reloaded, right? It made it extremely easy to never have to reload during this run, which can be a big time save, obviously. Especially because normally before you would likely reload on the first floor during a time and you should probably just be sprinting. But yeah, so let's just get into the actual run. So I'm going to mute it. For this route, the first 4 kills should almost be guaranteed. You get the first kill, this guy at the car right here, and then you should get 3 kills at the doorway. And this is not, the fact that you get 3 kills isn't super important, but having the 3 people be here means that your spawns are probably going to be good. Like, not your spawns, but all the enemies will probably be in a good place for you. You can mess this up, so always shoot this guy while you're moving, right? But the problem with that is you can end up not killing him. You might miss a lot of shots because you're less accurate while you're moving and shooting. If it takes you too long to kill this guy, or you miss too many shots or whatever, by the time you get up here, you might not see anybody at this door. And I will say, personally, having done like hundreds and hundreds of runs at this level, if you don't see anyone at this door and you're doing a route similar to this, restart. Everything is off. I've never had anything even remotely close to a good run if I get to this door and no one is here, or only one person is here, or whatever. Another thing I will say about this door is that I started to shoot the C4 in my runs just to save a little bit of time, not having to pull out the detonator. What this ended up causing was the C4 would then, instead of normally killing 3, it would only kill 2 almost every run, and then I'd have to shoot the last guy. And I will say, if that has happened to you a lot, make sure you pre-fire the hell out of this last guy, right? like as you are turning this corner, like I should already be just blasting my P90 right now, because this person normally would be just be standing there waiting for you to peek the corner and instantly shoot you before he's like even on your screen, right? But this run was actually kind of an anomaly. This is something that hadn't really happened before, where there were actually just two walking back into jungle room back here. Yeah, which this has just never normally happened to me. This whole run, pretty much every step, every key moment had some sort of weird thing, except for this next one coming up. Um, but yeah, I'll kind of go over those more. So yeah, those are the first 4 kills. From this point on, everything is a lot less certain. You know, those first 4 you can pretty much guarantee for yourself and do pretty reliably. Everything from this point on, I guess these 2 you can also get pretty reliably, but everything from this point on is pretty shaky and very dependent on AI behavior. And you know, my tinfoil hat theory and my intuition is that a lot of it has to do with your pathing, where you're sprinting, where you're standing when you're shooting and stuff like that. But yeah, normally you can get these 2 kills very consistently as well, actually. But something I will say about these 2 kills, there's normally you can get 2 kills on these guys back here, which I guess I should just, you know, play first before I really go into it. But if you shoot this guy before you really swing and peek this room, I noticed, like, if you kill this guy right here early, a lot of the times there'll be an extra person back here, kind of like tucked in the corner a little bit, like back towards the left a little bit. I never really tried or didn't try to do it at any particular time. I just randomly, sometimes I would try to shoot him, you know, as I was walking across or something like that. But yeah, there's something, I just wanted to bring that up. Maybe you try to implement that into your route, try to get consistent at killing him. Sometimes he will also just randomly be full on peeking your shit and blasting you. And sometimes it, you know, especially if he has a shotgun, you'll probably just insta die if he decides to full on swing at a cover and shoot you. So that's something to be aware of too. Sometimes, in that case, you have to try to shoot him early, right? But this time I just didn't, for whatever reason. I've been walking over here to shoot him. Part of my tinfoil hat theory that I was building up for while I was doing these runs is that if you step into this room that's behind me right now, that I've been calling kind of like jungle, this room back here, if you step into there, I think it has a big effect on the AI in that room. This is something I wasn't really consciously thinking of during my runs, to be honest. This is something I thought more about after watching it back. But I do believe that if you cross this and you step into this room, it does have a big effect on these guys. And for this run, I honestly don't know if I did that or not. It's kind of hard to tell with where I'm standing. You can't really see like the edge of that column right here or anything. But yeah, I figured that was worth bringing up if you want to try to build a consistent run. I think that is part of what I think that has a massive effect on the rest of the run and where the enemies will be. I did for a lot of my runs, like I said, this isn't something I thought a lot about while I was doing them, but for a lot of my runs, I would run up closer, kind of just hug this like plant in the middle of the room a lot more and get a lot closer to them and stand about here. That generally, though, looking back on my VOD, was a little bit worse, it seemed like, for the rest of the spawns. I can kind of explain that more in a bit, but for what I was going for in general, which is less kills on the first floor, more kills on the second floor, if in general, when I tried to go over here, I would get a lot more people peeking me and I would have to kill a lot more on the first floor, and they were generally spread out as well. So it's just overall bad. So if I were to keep running this, and when I do keep running this, if I do this route or a route similar, I'll probably try to stand a little bit inside of this room when I shoot those 2 people in the kitchen back here, the dining room. And then turn, always kill these guys. Normally this door is open. This time it wasn't. If it's not, sometimes it's not. It's not super uncommon that it's closed. Try to shoot him to the wall. I should have shot a little more to the right, I think, but I didn't kill anybody through the door here. So I just throw a grenade and move on. So part of killing those two people in the dining room, and what I was talking about is, if I'm standing in a weird spot when I kill them, or if I do something different up until this point, what will happen a lot of time is somebody will open this door, and yeah, someone will open this door, and or someone will be standing back. God damn it. Someone will be standing back here. A lot of the times in this run, if doing this route where I only throw one nade on the first floor, which is kind of a big change for what I was doing. If I'm doing that and I see someone here, I restart. Because what usually would happen at that point is, by the time I get upstairs, there would be like 6 people up here, which is good, but they would all be pre-aiming their stairs. Like, they would know I'm there, right? They'd be aware of me, and they would just kill me extremely fast. So that would probably be a route where a lot of the times what I do, if I did see someone here, is I would shoot him, and I would run back here and try to get nades upstairs and get some kills off of that and see if I could, you know, finesse an alternate route at that point. But if I didn't decide to just restart, which sometimes I did as well. But yeah. This was the goal of this slightly different route that I was doing, where I'm trying to get as few kills on first floor and as many on second floor as possible. These guys were pretty bunched up relative to a lot of the runs, right? They're still pretty spread out. There's a guy all the way back here and here and here, but a lot of the times, if you get up here too late or whatever, you know, I don't know what causes them to do what or anything like that, but what it seemed like is, if I get up here too late, they would already have been walking like back here. A lot of them would have already taken the rappel down and just generally not be in your vision, right? And on that same note, there were other spawn or other times where I would get up here and there would be a ton of them in this doorway, or even further back, and way too out of sight. So yeah, I guess just some things to be aware of. But this was good. I got a lot of people kind of standing in a line, and it was, they weren't really aware of me until I started shooting. That staircase can be sketchy, but I tried to do a lot more moving and shooting in this while I was doing these runs, and if a lot of the times when you get to the staircase, people can be shooting you, you can die pretty easily. I just kept going up the stairs and just blasting and hoping for the best, right? It could be pretty frustrating. A lot of times you just miss because you're so inaccurate while you're moving and shooting, but they also are less likely to hit you while you're moving. And I think the weird boost, the speed boost this game gives you when you go upstairs, helps with that. It seems to make them hit you less, even less than just moving at a normal speed. But yeah, normally I was honestly doing even more moving and shooting than I did in this run for most of my runs. Yeah, this was kind of the goal. I kind of just wanted to have a lot of people up here grouped up that I could blast, and then get the rest of the kills with nades, hopefully, and maybe a couple stragglers at the end. I would just shoot. And so this nade is pretty much what cut so much time. That nade through the window ended up killing 5, I believe. And then I just shot this last guy. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty lucky. I mean, I don't know if it's luck or not. I don't know. I mean, I'm chalking it up to luck just because I don't really understand how the AI works. I don't know if there's true randomness in the enemy AI, right? I don't know if it is completely deterministic and every inch that you sprint changes where they're going and where you shoot and everything, right? Like, I don't know, but getting this many people bunched up on the window is kind of the keystone. It's kind of been the big, just the most key part of any route that's been similar to this, right? Where you kind of maybe throw a couple nades downstairs, and you come up here, you throw a nade through the window, hopefully get an ass ton of kills, and then, the rest of it's kind of whatever, but kind of up in the air and differs from run to run. But it seems like a lot of the runs of this map rely on getting a lot of kills through this window. I don't know what caused there to be 5 people like at this rappel or whatever, right? I really don't. Hopefully in the future, like I said, we understand AI behavior better and like what makes them do what they do. I am guessing it has something to do with, and this is not something I'm conscious of or like thinking about while I'm doing the run, right? But I'm guessing it has something to do with where you're running up these stairs, where you're sprinting, I should say, up these stairs, like where you're at on the stairs while you're sprinting, as well as when you start shooting. Because at this point, my guess is that they're trying to go up the rappel to get to you up here. And if you shoot too early, I would imagine that they don't try to rappel up and instead try to just go through the front door right there. Or they'll be split, right? And some of them will go up the rappel and some of them will go through the door. Again, just completely theorizing based off of, all the runs I've done of this. What else? That's also why for this route I didn't like, if somebody opens this door, I'm generally like, okay, it's pretty much like a dead run, right? I have had good runs after that, in the past, but generally what's going on in my head when I see someone open this door is like, okay, they are split now. There are some people going up the rappel, there's someone coming through this door, there might even be somebody going through kitchen at this point, right? They're kind of just all over the place. But it's probably still, if you can kill him and survive and get up the stairs and all that, it's probably worth still doing if you're doing a similar route. But yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other major stuff. I mean, at this point, we're so deep into the run that, like, where I'm standing right now and everything, we're so far in that a lot of it's just guessing and just theorizing. Most of the time, obviously, I would not get 5 fucking kills with that grenade. And what I would do is bounce a nade off of this wall. And a lot of the time, pretty consistently got like 3 to 4 kills with this nade. I should say maybe 2 to 4 kills with this nade. And what would happen is there would be either people down this hallway or maybe 1 person or 2 people in this hallway and a few people down here. But this time that grenade got nobody. Everybody was outside and there was just 1 dude chilling in the room. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else. Like I said, it's the deeper you get into terrorist run, the more you're kind of just guessing, at least right now with what we know or what it seems like we know. But hopefully in the future we can kind of get a better understanding of what causes them to do certain things. I do kind of believe there probably isn't true randomness in their behavior. I do believe that it's probably deterministic, but every run you're never going to do everything the exact same, so you have to kind of adapt and understand what kind of how to change your route, and adapt to different things happening. Like I said, like a lot of this, most of the key moments in this are pretty much anomalies. Like this door was closed and I got 3 kills with this nade, I'm pretty sure. Normally I get 2, or if I got 3, either I would get lucky, there'd be somebody here and he'd walk into the room and walk into the nade, or this guy would peek me and I'd have to shoot him, right? A lot of the times there's only 2 people in that back room. But I got pretty lucky and there's 3. I have no tinfoil hat theory on what causes there to be 2 or 3 people back there. No clue, to be honest. Probably has to do with the first kill. If I had to guess, it probably has to do with your first kill. and you're pathing while you're sprinting up the first staircase. This was just super lucky. Like I said, they look kind of spread out, but in reality, like they're pretty centered on my screen. This is just exactly what I had hoped to get up here for the most part. And what was that one? That was, a lot of people. That nade was just super lucky. This nade didn't really waste much time. Well, it actually did not waste any time because, I killed this guy before the last nade even went off. The only way to really, I really could have saved time at the end here would have been to throw the nade earlier, but then again, it's hard to say, right? Because what if at that point the five people weren't all bunched up or in range of the nade or whatever. So and that's kind of the special thing about doing these runs and running Terrorist Hunt is that it's all kind of just going off a feel, and it's not about actually moving faster and getting to from point A to B faster, because doing so would change the spawns, and then maybe those people that you were hoping would be at that next point aren't even there because you got there so fast or whatever, right? So yeah, but that's really just because we don't fully understand there's no real hard set understanding of their spawn behavior or their general behavior, and when that happens, that will change, and I hope that does happen someday. I hope more people run the game. I hope that the people who are running keep pushing it further. I hope this time gets beaten and we can push Villa as to as short of a time as possible. This is my favorite map. It's the map I've ran the most, and I will probably still keep running the most. And yeah, I hope this video could maybe help somebody out there, maybe a current runner, maybe some new runners, whatever. If you have any questions, I should be pretty easy to find on the internet. Feel free to hit me up and ask me. I'm glad to help. And yeah, hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Peace.